Cerebellum. Cerebellum. The cerebellum consists of a tightly filled and chrome layer of cortex with white matter underneath, several deep nuclear enzymes in the white matter, and a full-filled ventricle at the base. It is located at the bottom of the brain, with a large mass of the cerebral cortex above at the portion of the brainstem called pons in front of it. Like the cerebral cortex, the cerebellum is divided in two hemispheres. It also contains another midline zone called the vermis. A set of large folds is, by convention, used to divide the overall structure into 10 smaller lobes. Subdivision. Three lobes can be distinguished in the cerebellum called the frontonodular lobe, anterior lobe, and the posterior lobe. The narrow strip protruding tissue along the midline is called the vermis. The cerebellum function is involved on the coordination. Applications in medicine, motor control, losses precision, production of rapid uncoordinated or incorrectly timed movement, equilibrium, typical coordination.
The cerebellum, part of the hindbrain, is concerned with the regulation of coordination and balance. It is an oval-shaped structure with a central furrow, which is flanked on either side by a bulbous lobe. The furrow is called the vermis, and the expanded lobes are the hemispheres. The surface is covered with folds, or folia. In the illustration presented, a section through the folium has been drawn out and cut through to show its internal structure. The outer region of the cerebellum is known as the cortex, or gray matter. It contains two distinct layers of nerve cells. The molecular layer, containing stellate and basket cells, which process information within the cortex, and the granular layer, containing small granule cells and Golgi cells, which sift incoming information. The layers are separated from each other by a layer of Purkinje cells, which carry information concerning body movement out of the cerebellum. Beneath the cortex lies the white matter, which is composed of nerve fibers, mossy fibers, and climbing fibers that pass in and out of the cerebellum. The mossy fibers are a major route for information entering the cerebellum, while the climbing fibers carry information to the cells in the molecular layer of the cerebellar cortex. The cerebellum lies below the occipital lobes of the brain's cerebral hemispheres.
Pathology. Frontonodular lobe. Damage to the vestibular part may show up as a loss of equilibrium and in particular an altered walking gait, with a wide stance that indicates difficulty in balancing. Lateral sound results in problems with skilled voluntary and planned movement. Some manifestations include hypotonia, dysarthria, that is, problems with stack articulation, dysarthria, which is problems with judging distances or region of movement, and tremors, which are involuntary movement caused by alternating contraction of opposite muscle groups. And the upper and lower part tends to cause gait impairment and other problems with leg coordination. It is more likely to cause uncoordinated or poorly aimed movements into the arms and hands, as well as difficulty in speech. Pros and cons. Pros help with coordination and is responsible for your equilibrium, and cons, a damage can leave without you the ability to walk, and of your physical activity depends on it.